Mr. Danielson will be filming us today. So thank you for being here, Bruce.
And there it goes, and it's boom, the budget goes.
All to nowhere. So let's talk about this beautiful sign that was put up, and I'm hoping that Midco paid for this because there's so much BS on this thing that it's not even worth what it is. First of all, they say that this is 60 years in the making, but that's not the case at all. This has only been discussed over the last few years. Or since 2000. In reality, 2000. We'll give them 16 years. There's something about a pool here in 1950. Yeah. Then there's the talk about building a pool at Lincoln High School. And I kind of remember this because I moved here in 1991. It was a very, very, very short discussion about building an indoor pool at Lincoln. I think there was a couple newspaper articles about it. Like I said, I kind of remember the conversation, but there was no real discussion about it. This I remember totally. What happened was
An outdoor pool there.
yeah. So this is so this part's really interesting because I remember all of this discussion. What happened was a bunch of city leaders got on board, and the citizens were very opposed to this. As you can tell, how much it failed by. It failed by almost 6,000 votes. So it got 6,400 in favor and 12,000 against. And one of the reasons it failed is because they wanted to raise our taxes an extra penny to pay for this. And a lot of middle class and working class people who are like, no. And there was a lot of people in leadership, including the mayor at the time and some council members, that had a lot of mud on their face over this because they supported this publicly. So that was a horrible discussion. Now we move on to Drake Springs, which was also very successful, as you can see, getting an outdoor pool. 447 voted for the outdoor pool, and about half voted against it. There's still a lot of people that are mad that was built there. We could have had an indoor pool there, but it was later determined closer to about 2010, where this is at, that the groundwater issues at Nelson Park are so bad that if they would have built an indoor pool there would have been millions of dollars in maintenance. It would have sunk, and we would have been spending a lot of money. So in some ways, it was a good thing that they built an outdoor pool there and not an indoor pool. The pool consultant, Councilman Hunsinger is the one that said that Nelson Park is a bad location for an indoor pool because of the groundwater issues. So it was a good thing we built that pool there. So that debate's silly. Then we come to present day, where a group of people wanted to have a new outdoor pool built at Spellerberg. There was a lot of misinformation and advocational sessions that were filled full of lies about what they were going to do here. And they felt that by the outdoor pool failing, that was permission enough to have them build an indoor pool. The only person that decided an indoor pool was going to get built here was Mayor Heather. That's it. No voters decided that. The council was bullied into it, as usual. And he was the only person that got to decide that there was an indoor pool there. The voters did not decide that. That is.
I'm going to guess that in not too long a period of time from now, after the community has had the opportunity to visit, to take advantage of this fabulous facility, it's going to be darn near impossible to find anybody in Sioux Falls willing to admit that they voted no. And if they do, just shake your head and say every once in a while, nobody's perfect, we all make mistakes.
A myth and a lie. Let's move on to some more lies, because there's quite a few here on the board. Right down here it says that the mayor also shared that the pool project accomplished something that eluded Sioux Falls for 60 years. They go on to say that the final funding plan, which included no additional city debt, was $24 million and approved by the city council in September. That is a lie. The final no additional debt. We used $18 million from, it was either $13 or $18 million from a fund for the levee bonds. This was money we borrowed to fix the levees and the bridge at 41st Street from the federal government, or we borrowed the money and then the federal government was going to pay us back. It was a risky deal at the time. It paid off though. The federal government did give us that money back. The thing is though, is that money, it was supposed to be used to pay off the debt. So to say that we didn't take any debt on, we did. We still have to pay back those levee bonds because we used that money for the pool. So this is a flat out lie on a public building, on a wall. That's kind of shameful. But we'll talk to some people about that because I think this whole thing should be torn down, to tell you the truth. There's no real purpose for it. It's just a bunch of propaganda. Why don't we move on to his... Oh, I don't know. I read the last two. Yeah. They call it an investment when, it's only going to cost us every year. I mean, there's no payback out of it.
We're going to be receiving $220,000 a year for the next 10 years on a building that's going to cost us $1.5 million of deficit.
Yeah.
Because it takes away, and it's going to cause the closure of Frank Olson and Keene Park as pools because they can't afford the other pools anymore.
Yeah. Cool. Well, not so cool. Here once again, just like the event center, we have a quote from our timeless mayor that's so awe-inspiring. It says, I'm gonna try to read this without crying. So bear with me here. You got a tissue in case it happens.
I'll find some.
Okay. The snow, the cold, the wind will be no match for the spacious and wondrous feel of summer that will be enjoyed inside our new indoor aquatic center or facility. And that's no crap. Oh, it doesn't say that. I'm sorry. I call that font, because that's the same font they use out at the event center. I call that Heather Helvetica. It's a new font. I think it's been licensed and trademarked by the Heather family. I think they use it out at the tennis center.
Match Point and make sure they're using it.
Yeah, it's Heather Helvetica. Remember that. And then we're getting some free pizza here too, so that's a great use of $24 million. We got some money left over.
We better go get our bling before it's all gone.
I got some already. I might get some more though.
Rubber balls. You need to get a rubber ball. Get a little bag.
There you go. Scott and I just got to watch the mayor cry again, and he always cries when he's embarrassed about something that he's scammed the people over, and now we have the Midco Aquatic Center and his River of Tears.
Security, escort this gentleman out, please.
Come on, Soda Pop, let's go.